What's up, guys? Jay Lee here. I have made videos like this in the past where I've talked about why women should not be in the manosphere, why women should leave the red pill alone. I've made full-on videos about certain red pill content creators on YouTube, social media, etc. Um, and I'm sticking to my guns. I've never felt that they should be in the manosphere. I've never felt that they should be um, uh, anywhere near the red pill or supporting men or whatever. And the reason why is because they're women, because they cannot feel what we go through. They can't understand our experiences. They can't personally relate. They live in a privileged time and space. They live in a privileged environment, and most of them, I would say, most of them, with the exception of a rare few, I can name three off the top of my head that are very rare, that I've heard over the years that are actually quality uh, women who really do obviously objectively care about men, and they're not just in it for the money. Those three are Karen Strawn, Diana Davidson, and Casey J, and they've all created work in the past 15 years that reflects that, right? They're not these clickbaity, attention seeking type of women who are just trying to get money from the red pill wave. And you see them today, from just pearly things to Jedediah, that Jedediah woman, and those are the new ones. There was older ones who were coming in and grifting too, and they were just too precise. They would say too many things, too many talking points. It's like they did their homework. It's like they would go to red pill content sites, and they would make copies, and then they would go on YouTube or social media or whatever, and then they would just regurgitate the notes that they took from the talking points that guys were speaking, and then they would make money off of the YouTube algorithm or whatever, right? So that's one example. There's many other examples of women coming in, and it's for attention because it's a good market. Women realize this, and usually these women are not the hottest women. They're sometimes over the hill. Sometimes they're not that hot, and they struggle getting that. They struggle competing for Chad. They struggle getting the normal guys' attention. So they adjust, and then they figure out, oh, I'll go in the red pill community and I'll get the attention there, or I'll get money from that. That sounds like a great deal, right? So invariably these women will always, in some degree, I don't care how many talking points they've memorized, I don't care how many how much red pill terminology they know and can regurgitate, eventually what they are, their privilege, eventually will always come out. So this is an example of that. This is I'm in an anti-feminism group, right? Which is, you would think that's kind of gender neutral because women could be against feminism, and that sounds good on the surface. But again, is that modern women do not live the same life as modern men. They do not have the same experiences. They do not share the same woes. They do not share the same letdowns. They do not share that. It's not the same, and so they cannot relate. They cannot understand what we go through on any kind of subjective level. Everything they understand is objective, and eventually how they really feel comes out. Most of the time, these women, with the rare exceptions like the ones I mentioned, most of the time these women are in it for themselves, because women are solipsistic, most of them. The large vast majority of women are solipsistic, self-serving. They're doing things for themselves. So this is an example of a woman here. So we're in an anti-feminist group, and this is what she posts. She posts this. So by the way, on Facebook, I'm Jay Dillon, one of my alts. I would never use my real name and put it out there. This is just one of my alts. And I would never, if you go there, it's not who I really am. It's just a random picture I grabbed. So hate it or love it. It's what it is. But she posts this picture. This is like a Reddit post or something of this guy talking about how he has a small dick, right? So he says, my resent for women grows and grows. I'm a 19-year-old guy. My main issue is I'm talking about is my dick size, although I'm also short and ugly. Well, there you go, dude. You're three strikes you're out. You have nothing to offer most modern women. You're short, you're not over 6 feet, you're not good looking, and you've got a small member. You probably don't make a lot of money either, because you're 19 years old, and so that means you're shit out of luck, right? You're SOL. Like you're not getting any women. You're not getting hookups. You're not getting a girlfriend, because women want the big four. Not just the big three. They want the big four. They want over 6 feet, good looking hot guy, six pack abs. The big five, I'd even say, six six pack abs, 6 inch member, and six figures in the bank, and you got none of that. And so yeah, you're shit out of luck. You can't get a girl. It's just what it is. That's reality, right? And women can't relate with that, because they just walk outside and they got sausage thrown at them from every angle. Women cannot relate with what men are going through. Even ugly women have offers for sex. Even ugly women have offers for dates. It is just nowhere near the same. So women should not be in the manosphere. They can't relate. They should not be anywhere close to it. So this woman posts this about this poor guy who's talking about how he is, not packing, and he's short, and he's not attractive, and he doesn't make a lot of money. So of course this guy's an incel. Of course this guy is not winning with women. It just stands to reason. So why would this woman and there's no context, by the way. She posts this, and there's no context. So this is a Reddit post from Not How Girls Work. Oh, okay. So there's a Reddit post. I guess this is Reddit. Not yeah, Reddit. Pretty sure. Not How Girls Work, meaning like they're shaming guys for thinking that girls work this way. Like, oh no, there's always these women who like, oh, I'm here to dispel the the red pill concepts. That's not true. Women don't like big dicks. Women don't care if you're hot or you're ugly. Women don't care if you make a lot of money. It's like, oh really? Oh, you're gonna tell us? Yeah, you're gonna tell us what women want, even though we're the ones who are out there trying to get women. Like, we wouldn't know. Oh, because you wouldn't know because you're not a woman, which is the dumbest type of reasoning ever. Like, you wouldn't know because you're not a woman. Like, no, it's not like we totally don't know what women want because we're out there trying to get women. Like, it's our experience of our entire lives figuring out what women want. Like, that's literally our entire life experience, and you're going to come around, oh, you're just going to tell us on the internet what women want. Oh, and invariably always it comes around to shaming. Oh, it's just your attitude. It's your attitude. And what this really is that they're trying to prod you and bully you into being submissive to them. Seriously, that's what it really is. It was what it really. So whenever they say things like, oh, it's the reason why you don't get women is not because you're short, ugly, and have a small dick and have no money. It's because you have your attitude, which is just the most gaslighting thing to say ever, right? This guy, poor guy, who's getting rejected left and right by women because he's short, ugly, doesn't have a big dick, doesn't make a lot of money. And then for the woman to come around and say, oh, it's because of your attitude, is the most gaslighty thing ever. So anyway, so she posts this, and that's exactly what she's doing, and that's exactly what's going on, and that's exactly what a lot of these women do, is like not tell the truth. Is they come on and they lie and say, oh, I don't like big dicks. Like, yeah, right, dude, you got to be out of your mind. That's like, all right, I'm gonna get into that. It's the same as saying guys don't like big boobs. It's the same thing, and it's just retarded, and it's so much of a lie, and it's so out of left field. But anyway, so this guy says, yeah. I'm 4 inches and barely any girth, and all this is making me resent women so much. So probably he watches porn, and he goes on the porn, and he sees guys with like 10-inch dicks, and he's like, how am I gonna match up with that? And I got news for you, buddy, you're not, and you can't. And it does matter. And women are out there making fun of guys with small dicks, and women are making videos out there of saying they don't like small dicks. Sorry, and it's the truth. They don't. And I will say that maybe there's some truth to like, oh, if I really like a guy and he's got a smaller dick, like it's not that big of a deal. I don't need a huge dick, but like at best that's what you'll get. But most women are fantasizing about big cocks because it's just attractive. Sorry, it's the same as guys fantasizing about big boobs. Does that mean that we won't date a woman who's got small boobs? No, we will, because we're attracted to women and we like women, but ultimately we would prefer a woman with big old boobs because it's just something in our biology. Women want guys with big cocks. Sorry, it's just the truth. So anyway, he says they glorify big dick, they worship big dicks. Yes, they do. They also say that they like looking at them, playing with them. They always hype them up so much. Yeah, they hate us small dick guys because we are utterly useless to them. I mean, that's maybe a bit of a stretch. That's maybe a bit of a black pill. Like, I wouldn't say, you don't have to be that nihilistic. I wouldn't say they hate small dick men, but I mean, I can see why you say that because there's women out here who are mocking small dick men, which is funny because it's like if guys were out there mocking small boob women, like it'd be a big problem. They'd be like, why are guys so misogynistic and hating on guys with? It's like women do that. Women are just they literally do make videos hating on guys with small dicks. It's hilarious. But anyway, so I can understand why he says that. Everywhere you go, you see women absolutely praising big dicks. YouTube interviews, women dating subs, even in the world's most amateur homemade couples porn, they always have big dick. You go, not always. You go on Twitter, and all the NSFW accounts, women have talk about big dicks and bigger sizes. You never see a woman drool over a small dick. She does a big one. Yeah, it's totally right. Except for the part where, like, I mean, yeah, there's obviously porn out there where guys don't have big dicks. It's not like it's totally unacceptable. It's just, yeah, they prefer a bigger dick, and he's totally right. I mean, he's not totally right, but he's almost totally right. I hate that I exist in a world where women would never even think of touching me because of my size. That's not true either. I mean, there's women out there who would, but for the most part, like, I get what he's saying. And if you're short and ugly, like, yeah, you really don't have a lot going for you. And I wish this was just it, but it gets worse. Women feed men the size doesn't matter lies so that they can marry rich guys or settle down with a small dick man with money who she cheats on regularly. I mean, yeah, that's true. Think about it. Why do women always ask how big your dick is? They emphasize on the word big all the time. Yeah, I've had enough with women. I can't wait for sex bots. Well, I mean, you got a nihilistic attitude. You're. It doesn't mean it can't happen, but yeah, it's a lot harder for you, bro. You're short. You don't got a lot to offer. You got a small peen. You're short. You're not good. You're not attractive, and you don't have money. Like you got nothing that women want outwardly. And so what a guys like this do? It's rope or cope. Rope or cope. And he's going with cope. Oh, I can't wait for the sex bots. Like, well, you could still try. You could still go out there and try. And it's not to say you can never get a woman, but it ain't looking good. And it's not to say that you could never, you got to take what you can get, I guess. And it's sad. And this is the plight. This is the plight of men, is that it's not the same. It is not the same for men than it is for women. So I come in on my alt, right, and I say, what's the point of posting this in here, trying to shame men in an anti-feminist group? And she is shaming men. She's because the whole point here is, this guy's wrong because women don't care about big dicks. He's totally, he's just blowing something out of proportion. He's just, this is his paranoia. It's because he's a bad person, right? It's like, no, he is seeing what's going on. He is seeing how women are behaving, and he's realizing he doesn't add up. It's not how girls work, buddy. Sure thing, buddy. Like, yeah, it is. He just told you on all the YouTube interviews, on all the porn, on all the Twitter accounts, women are talking about big dicks, and it's true. He's right. And so I said, what's the point of posting this here, trying to shame men in an anti-feminist group? Which is what she's doing. This has nothing to do with anti-feminism. She's shaming this man because she's saying, oh, you're not right, buddy, when he is right. And then she says, no, I think it's part of the cultural problem. I mean, if she ain't satisfied with 4 inches, she ain't the one, dude. How many women would be, though? It's like, would a guy be satisfied with like an overweight, ugly woman? Like, most guys wouldn't, and that's just the truth. And so, but even then, it's not even comparable because a lot of guys would. A lot of guys would lower their standards for a subpar woman because they don't have any other options. Whereas women got countless options, and you think she's gonna settle for a dude who's short, unattractive, doesn't have any money, doesn't have a big member? Like, that's just not gonna happen. It's not reality. And she says, I think we should start separating the girls from the feminists from the women. I don't even know what that means. So I said, well, all women like Big D, so it is what it is. Doesn't help men to remind them, though. And she says, no, true at all. I'm sorry you feel that way. So she's starting to gaslight. She's starting to be subtle. What's the word I'm looking for? She's starting to patronize me. Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way. The idiots are always the loudest. Those girls are full of shit. Like, I don't buy it. So I say, of course it's true. That's like men saying, that's like saying men don't like big boobs. Yeah, well, boobs aren't going inside of you. Chill, dude. Everyone has their preferences. You came here looking for a problem, and there isn't one. No, you came into an anti-feminist group and started posting man-shaming crap. So I say, you're the one who's posting questionable content. You don't speak for all women. Most women prefer big over small. 4 inches, lol. That's not even average. So an average sized penis, according to everything I've heard and studied, is 6 inches. So 4 inches is below average. I mean, why is there so much emphasis on big dicks in society? Why are dildos huge? Right? If women preferred small penises, then dildos wouldn't be so big. Yeah, there's some small dildos out there, and yeah, the clit, you don't need a big penis to make the clit orgasm. But that's just not reality. That's not what women want. Women fantasize about big dicks. It just is what it is. It's just the truth. So she goes, okay. So then there's a little bit of that's not her actual response. This guy Ben comes in. Let's see, where's Ben? Okay, so at that point, this guy Ben Hawkins, because this is invariable. Invariably, there's always some simp. There's always some beta dude who's going to come in and try to defend her, because that's just the world we live in. Whenever women and women know this, and women bank on it. Whenever a woman is called under question, whenever she's being scrutinized by men, there's always a dude who comes to rescue her. We call him the white knight. There's invariably always a white knight to come to her rescue. And here's the white knight. He goes, I'm going to chime in here with my experiences. So I'm 9 inches hard, pretty thick, and the vast majority of women I've been with have told me it's too big. We would usually have to do a lot of foreplay or for them to drink before they can really get into it. First of all, you don't have to stick it in all the way, dude. And 9 inches is big. Like, I will say that, yeah, 9 inches is pretty big, even though, I don't know, is he really telling the truth? But anyway, 9 inches is big, but at the same time, like, you don't have to stick it all the way in, and he's talking about you got to do a lot of foreplay. First of all, dude, like, I don't know if I buy that, because I've been with girls before where, like, I stuck my whole fist inside them. A vagina is very stretchy and it's very elastic. Now, I understand that that's considering width wise, but if we're talking about length, if we're talking about, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm not 9 inches, but so I don't know. I can't, maybe I'm not qualified to say, but I mean, dude, like, you watch porn and it's like, yeah, it's hard, but it's not like it can't. I don't know if I buy that. I don't know. Is that what happens? Does it bleed? Does it rupture? He says big dicks make women bleed and are very easily rupturing blood vessels and cause a lot of soreness. Maybe on the first time. I don't know. But there are definitely women out there that like huge dicks and can handle it. But I'd say the vast majority can't. So now this woman comes in and starts shaming. So, of course, she starts shaming, and she's gonna jump on because the white knight saved her, and now she was being called out, and now she's gonna try to turn it around on me, and like I got the problem, and I'm mad because I got a small dick, or I'm mad because like I'm not getting sex, or I'm mad because like women don't like me for my personality, and all the shaming language, because this is how you know the real truth about why a woman's why a woman's in the manosphere and her motivations for being there. Is when they get called out, then they start to be defensive, and just like a octopus shoots out ink to get rid of its predators, the woman has to attack, and because the real truth is that she's not really in here she's not really in any in the manosphere or in any red pill type of groups for the right reasons. She's in there for attention, or she's in there for something that she can get for herself. Right, so she's like, I think it's pretty clear this guy doesn't have that problem. So there you go. She's shaming me for, I've got a small dick now. Oh yeah, that's why I'm mad, because I got a small dick. Women probably leave him, and it's this attitude that's the problem. Yeah, it's always the attitude. They always got to go to the attitude, because it's shaming. Because when you can when you can shame a guy into thinking that it's nothing outward, even though it is totally outward. They always want to straw man away from the outward stuff, and women are very outward. They always act like, oh no, it's because of your personality, it's because of your attitude that's the problem. Women know how to manipulate men, and that's one way to do it, is to shame the guy into thinking, oh, maybe I am the problem, maybe it is my attitude, maybe I should be more cool to women. And total, what they're really trying to do is shame you into submission. They're trying to shame you into being a beta, into agreeing with everything they say, and that way they can manipulate you. That way they can use you for their uh, and the game, what the game really is. So how you know this is bullshit is because the whole point is she posted this, and this is questionable content. This is her initial post was man shaming, and she's trying to produce questions. This is how women this is how women infiltrate into the red pill manosphere, and they throw in confusion by making guys question if by making guys question their own reality, by making guys question if the red pill truth that they think is true is really true. Is it really true? Maybe I am the problem. Maybe it is my attitude. Maybe I should just agree with her. Maybe she's right. No, bullshit. Women like big dicks. Most women, they fantasize after it. That's why porn guys have big dicks. Porn guys on average do not have small dicks because women do not desire small dicks. And that's just a fact. The guy was totally right, almost totally right. Some of the things he said was a little over the top, but pretty much right on in his premise. And she's trying to shame him, and now she's trying to shame me, and this is how women do it. So she goes, so now he hates all women, which is, I never said I hated all women. That's something that she's putting on. So she's starting a story. So now he hates all women, even attacking the one here to literally encourage men that most of us don't feel that way. What a stupid response. Like, she totally exposes herself with this remark, with this response, because now it's like it's almost like she's telling a story. It's almost like she's trying to create a narrative. Oh yes, that's why he's doing it. It's not that I'm totally wrong. It's not that he's totally called me out and totally exposed me. No. That's not the problem. It's him. He's the problem. He must hate all women. Even though this is an anti-feminist group. Oh, but I hate all women now. So it's like, this is why women should not be in the manosphere. This is manipulation. This is this is a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what that is. She's trying to subtly brainwash men, subtly like make men question their reality. Oh, maybe this woman is right because she says she doesn't like big dick, and it's like, even though all the other women say they like big dick, even though porn is just filled with big dick guys, even though dildos are all big for the most part. Oh, but this woman says it's just the culture, right? It's not women, it's the culture. It's like, no, that's not how the free market works. When it's called supply and demand. When there's a demand, there's the supply to meet the demand. If women didn't like big dicks, I don't say all, but most dildos would not be big. If women didn't like big dicks, most porn star guys would not have big dicks. It would be like, ew, that guy's got a big dick. I don't like that. I don't want to see that. But no, most porn star guys have big dicks because that's what women want to see. Women watch porn too. It's not just men. Go do the Googles. It's almost equal. It's not quite as much. Yes, more men watch porn because that totally stands to reason, because most women are out having sex, even though they're watching porn too. A lot of guys can't get sex, so all they got is they got to go to porn. So that's why more guys watch porn than women. It's not because guys are hornier than women. No, I'd argue that women are way hornier than guys. Women do way more nasty stuff on camera than guys do for the most part. Anyway, so this is just a great example of how women subtly come in, infiltrate into the manosphere and try to basically jack it up, basically hijack it, basically use it for their own goods, whether it's attention or financial, or in this woman's case, there's really three main reasons why women come into the red pill manosphere. It's one, for attention, for the compliments, for the simp bucks, number two, for the simp bucks, for the profit, and number three, so they can manipulate and try to re-educate. This woman is a wolf in sheep's clothing. She's basically she's a spy, so to speak, for the female, for women. She's coming into the manosphere trying to tell us we're wrong, trying to like subtly shame us, and she's not doing a good job, because this whole comment absolutely and as I say, this is the precise reason why you shouldn't be in this group. You say some questionable crap, then some beta comes in to defend you, and now you're full on shaming men. Precise reason why women should not be in the manosphere. Exactly true. Exactly 100% true. She exposed herself. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing. She exposed her real intentions. They come in and they try to act like they're one of you, or they try, yeah, I'm against feminism too, and then they do this, these kind of posts that subtly shame men and try to get into our subconscious by telling us we're wrong. Oh, you're wrong. Not all women are like that. It's always some kind of shit where they're trying to equalize. Women are so good at this. And I should say they're good in the sense, if you're weak and you don't know what you're doing, you can get suckered in. But if you know how they roll, then you know how to just like sidestep it. Like, yeah, they're always so here's one thing they try to do. They try to equalize things. Like, well, men do it too. Well, men, and instead of like directly, disagreeing with you at first, or directly, arguing or debating with you, they'll try to twist it and turn it around and be like, men do it too. Well, men this and men, and no, not the average man does whatever the thing you're talking about. It's always the 1% guy that they're talking about, the top 10% of guys, the chads who can get away with it. It's not the average guy. So not all men do, or it's not like whatever they're talking about, not all men do it, right? And they always try to equalize things. And then if that doesn't work, they'll start the shaming language, and they'll say, oh no, it's just you. You're the one who has the problem. You're the one who hates all women, and then probably because you have a small penis, that's why you're offended. And like, so now he hates all women, and then he attacks the ones who are literally encouraging men that most of us don't feel that way. Nah. I'm just here to tell the truth. I'm just a bearer of the truth. Like, now, would a woman want a 9-inch guy like 24/7 to marry a 9-inch guy? I don't know. Maybe it does kind of hurt, but the fact is they do fantasize about it. They do want it. Is it necessary? I don't think so, because if you know where the G spot is, it's not 9 inches deep into the vagina. It's a couple centimeters up and in. And the clit is on the outside, so no, it's not necessary per se. But women fantasize about it. Sorry to say, and I mean that's just a fact. So she says now he's even attacking the one here to literally encourage men that most of us don't feel that way. Dude, again, women fantasize about it. So it is what it is. So she's trying to turn it around on me, like I'm just a woman hater, and I'm like, why are you in here posting this type of content in the first place? Like, so you're trying to what she's trying to do is she's trying to dispel common red pill, what she would call myths. She's trying to dispel common red pill, quote unquote truths, which are true. Yes, yes, women want a man who has a 6-inch member. Women, at least. Women want a man who is 6 feet tall, at least. Women want a guy who has 6 figures in the bank, at least. That's just a fact. Women want looks, money, and status. And so what she's really trying to do is she's trying to come in and she's trying to throw in doubt. She's trying to instill a little bit of doubt that, oh, it's not all women. Oh, this truth of the red pill is not really true. You should question what guys are saying. You should question the red pill. It's this subtle chipping away at the real reality of how things are really going on. It's the subtleness. It's the subtleness of like, oh, I'm an ally. I'm for you. I'm against feminism. And then they subconsciously throw in this crap to make you doubt. And this is why I don't trust these mainstream female red pill content creators, because there's always going to be some little crap that they throw in at times. Most of it's just to make money. Most of it's for the attention. Most of it's for the benefits, for the simp bucks. Right? This is why women shouldn't be in the manosphere, period, at all. Just really under any circumstances. They shouldn't be there, because they're not speaking for our experiences. It's like a white guy coming to like the NAACP rally and like, yeah, like you know, you can't relate. You're not black. You can't relate. You're not the correct race. You can't relate. You're not the correct gender. You do not know what we go through. You have not experienced it subjectively. The best you can do is take notes and objectively regurgitate. That's the best you can do. You can't speak for us because you're not one of us. You can't relate with what we're saying because you're not one of us. And invariably they start the shaming language. Oh, it's just this guy. He hates all women. He has a problem because he has a. You notice how like she shames me. So exactly how she claimed. She's like, oh well, look at this. Look at that little emoji right there. Look at that emoji. See if I can focus on that. So she's laughing. She literally laughs at me because she's thinks that she thinks it's like that's a gotcha moment. I gotcha. You got a small member. That's the reason why you're mad. Even though you literally just came on and said small members don't matter, and now you're shaming me for having a small member. That's how you know you're exposed. There you go. So this is why women should not be in the manosphere. They should not be in the red pill. They don't belong here. They should not. You know, they can't speak for us for the most part. Although I will say I mentioned three: Diana Davison, Karen Strawn, and Casey J. And then I'd also maybe add another one. It's a woman named Esther Villar, who she wrote a book called The Manipulated Man. The Manipulated Man by Esther Villar. Great book. I always recommend that book. There's a lot of books. I would recommend one called The Female Predator. The Female Predator. Who he's not a. The author is not a female, but it's a guy named Richard something. But that's a great book. There's books out there that I would recommend. You don't necessarily have to read The Rational Male, even though that's great. Rational Male is great, but you know, there's books out there that I would recommend. But occasionally, you know, women will come along and they have no motive. They have no secret subtlety, and you can always tell. Eventually, it will always come out that they're really grifters. They're really just profiteers. They always expose themselves in one way or another. 21 Studios recently did an expose. Anthony Dream Johnson recently did an expose on just Pearly things. How she's kind of a 304, and they're always subtly, subconsciously trying to manipulate men, trying to make money from us, trying to cast doubt into the reasons why we're red pill or the red pill talking points, because women are team women. Sorry to say, women at the end of the day are team women. They're solipsistic, they're self-serving, they're self-seeking, and I don't care how much they pretend like they're one of you. For the most part, for the most part they're not, and for the most part the truth will come out. There is rare exceptions, like I said: Diana Davison, Karen Strawn, Casey J, Esther Villar, some of the names who are actually real exceptions to the norm. Occasionally they'll come out. Casey J did that wonderful red pill documentary, which was great. Karen Strawn has done work on social media, YouTube, and same with Diana Davison, social media, YouTube, and Esther Villar wrote that book, The Manipulated Male. All fantastic works helping men from women. It does happen, but it's very rare, and you can usually tell the genuine article from the fake and the imitation article. So with that said, be careful, be wary out there. There's a lot of chameleons, there's a lot of grifters. I've made videos on this in the past, which ones are legit. You can usually tell. I forget her name, Roma Army, that's her name. Roma Army is another one who I call a red pill grifter. There's another one who's like a southern woman, I forget her name. I felt like she's a red pill grifter because they're just too good. They're too good. They say too good of stuff. It's too composed. It's like they just took notes and they regurgitated it. I will say there's one positive thing about it. There's one positive thing about it, and then one positive thing is at least they're speaking, even if it's taking notes and regurgitating. At least they're speaking the truth that men experience. At least they're even if it's for selfish purposes, at least they're speaking it. At least those concepts and those terms and the definitions and the terminology is going out into the world. At least people are being educated on what those things are, because then at least more people will be aware. So I would say there is some bad from the phoniness, or excuse me, there is some good from the bad. There is some reality from the phoniness in that at least these terms are being pushed out to the mainstream. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. I'm going to leave it there. It's been Jay Lee Northwest Podcast. Peace.